Now I know that this country will always be safe from foreign invasion. In about 3 hours from now, when we're about halfway through, I will detail, and you will see that I am right. Several weeks ago, I saw one of the greatest American phenomenons in culture I have ever seen. And I can't believe I've been asleep to it for 25 years. Several weeks ago, me and the guys in the band, we're on tour, we're playing all over the place, and we see that Kiss, the mighty Kiss, is on tour. Now, the guys in my band are three good, strapping young lads with different degrees of Kiss worship. Bass player, pretty much into Kiss. Guitar player, definitely into Kiss. The drummer, he's one of those guys. It's Thursday. What's Gene Simmons doing? It's morning. I wonder if Paul Stanley is up. I wonder what's going on in the world of Kiss. And you can have amazing conversations with Jason, the drummer, about Kiss. Where you can be totally, full of it, and he'll take you dead seriously. You'll be on some tour bus in the middle of nowhere. Jason, I always wanted to ask you what you thought of the record The Elder by Kiss. He'll take about 20 seconds, young, piercing gaze at the roof of the tour bus. And then he'll look down. Well, if you research your history, you'll see that it's the only Kiss album that did not go platinum. And it's clocking in at 42 minutes and 2 seconds, 12 tracks. I'd say out of the 12 tracks on the record, one is pretty good, and the rest of it is pretty horrible, actually, to be honest. Actually, I retract that statement. I'd say about 3 songs on the album are pretty good, and 9 are okay. Actually, thinking about it, half the album is pretty fucking good, actually, and the other half it's pretty great. Actually, you know what? About 9 of the songs are really excellent, and 3 are like almost some of their best stuff. And if you think about it, it was a real visionary move for Kiss to do this really daring, fuck it, it's a great album, you should get it. And you'll watch the guy thoroughly convince himself that it's fantastic. And so we're on tour, we have about 20 seconds off. I'm at home putting records in bags, getting my life together. Jason calls me and says, Kiss is doing the last tour. It's the last tour. And they're playing on this night. Maybe we could go. We will be home. It's like 20 minutes before we leave for Australia. Maybe we could go see Kiss. And I'm like, okay, well, what does that mean to me? He goes, well, maybe you could find us some tickets. We could like find a way to buy some good tickets because, you're a guy, you in the music world, you know things. I'm like, okay, so I put in a call to management. Do we know anybody, who can get us Kiss tickets? And 2 days later, lo and behold, management calls and said, you know what? We put in a call to Kiss's people, and apparently the guest list for a Kiss show is totally determined by Gene and Paul. And the management went to Gene and Paul and said, Rollins band wants to come see you, would love to buy a ticket, not trying to get in for free, just want the opportunity to buy a good set of tickets up close. Gene and Paul said, fuck that. 12 tickets, backstage all access passes for everybody. When I am the recipient of this news, my reaction was, that's cool. Yeah, great, why not? Fun. Guitar player, oh wow, man, that's pretty cool. Road manager, great. Hopefully we'll have time to do it, pragmatic man. Bass player, oh man, that'd be really neat. The drummer, Jason, pour some water on him, slap him. Jason, snap out of it, man! Stop pitching yourself! And so the days go by, and finally, the big day comes. Kiss comes to San Bernardino, California. I don't know how many of you have ventured west in your homeland and seen the satanic state of California. One of your western coastal guardian states, keeping all that coastline free of those damn Russian subs. And those are rocky bastards. That's California. One of the most dysfunctional families ever are Californians. Some of the most fucked up, psychotic, utterly vain people I have ever had the strange pleasure of living amongst for the last 20 years. I have no excuse. If you don't like it, move. That's what I always say. I hate my job. Shut the fuck up, quit. I hate the town I live in. Move. You don't like it, find something you do like. Life is short, So I have nothing good to say about living in Los Angeles. I like it because I got no excuse, really. I work there. It's a place I leave my receipts in little piles of foreign coins between tours. It's where my modem ended up. I have no good excuse. I like seasons. The only time I know it's winter in California is the palm trees turn brownish and the lizards go away. And every once in a while you get rain, which is amazing. You're like, wow, weather. You go outside and dance and wee, and watch cars hydroplane across intersections. Because like a year of pollution comes out of the pavement, and these cars, people are hitting their brakes, and they're going like all the way to Beverly Hills with their wheels locked. But they're driving SUVs when they're on the phone, so they're not really all that put out, because they're not going to get a scratch. Buses like doing 180s, spiraling through intersections because no one knows how to handle the weather. So I have no excuse for living in this arid plain of nose jobs, boob jobs, straightened teeth, bleached hair, women who came from wonderful towns like Chicago to go out and be actresses, but turn into strippers, who turn into porn stars, who turn into good friends of mine. I'm only kidding. Excuse. So I can't put down California too much. It's been somewhat good to me. Not all the time. Anyway, if you want to go to one of the most hellish places in California, check out San Bernardino. If you've never met a psychotic, Nazi, lowrider, white supremacist, crystal methamphetamine dealer, user, wife beater, pedophile, rapist, murderer, if you've never encountered one or 50,000 of them, go to San Bernardino. The place is lousy with them. It's terrifying. Cops fear to tread. San Bernardino residents fire back. And they don't even have to be fired upon. It's Thursday. Sorry, Dad. They don't give a fuck. They're speeding their brains out. So anyway, a great place for a Kiss concert, right? So we load up the trucks and we drive out to San Bernardino for the Kiss show. And there's no parking lot at the Blockbuster Pavilion. It's a field. I just drive onto this misty field as the sun is setting. And there's not like 30 or 40 cars. There is like acreage of automobiles. The automobile of the Kiss fan. You think these cars were dragged out of some prop building on the Warner's lot? Can you believe people still take their paycheck, or the money they got selling crack to preteens, and still put the paint job on the side of the van of the muscled warrior god with the horned helmet holding aloft his scimitar to the storming, thundering sky as the bosomy blonde, replete with horned helmet, loincloth thong thing with iron bosom cones hugging his legs so the cleavage goes across his shin, looking up wantonly at his nutsack. As a matter, no time for that. I must hold my scimitar aloft to the sky. And these men have this painted on the side of their van. Is this vintage? Is this some van cracked out of an ice block? No, it's a 98 Ram van. The paint is still drying. He's so proud of it. And that's the kind of vehicles that are lined up, one after another, and we park our cars, and we get out, and I behold the Kiss Army. That's what they're called, you know. Some of you may be part of the Kiss Army. Do I see any mullet head psychopaths in there? You could be in the Kiss Army. I get out of my car. Look at the people here tonight. Unbelievable. These men with tattoos from their cuticles to their eyelids. The most incredible 5 years in the making mullets. Unbelievable mullets. Permed mullets. Flat top mullets. Mullets that come down to here. Unbelievable. And like any man, self-righteous man with a mullet, that lion's mane of plot-lost hair, they're constantly like airing it out. I am mullet man. Hear me roll and fill your tank full of gas and try and sell your sister some meth. And when I'm at the gas station abusing someone, I'm home at the trailer beating up my wife and finger banging my daughter. I'm a mullet man. I'm not trying to be vulgar, I'm just telling you what I saw. So, we get out and the mullet men are out. And why are these men so muscular? Even the gut is iron. Like, ooh. Low craniums, a lot of double thumbs, webbed fingers, that kind of confused look that often the children of incest have. That kind of either I'm really mad or I have Down's syndrome. And they have their women there. Now you've often wondered, when you see those women who are this high, this wide, who for some reason insist upon wearing day glow lycra skin-tight pants that come down to the knee, that force out the sheer tonnage of oatmeal-like cellulite down past the kneecap. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean. I am just trying to accurately depict what I saw on this evening. The oatmeal-like cellulite gets pushed down to the calf. This elephantine leg pops out of this either dayglow green or black lycra or spandex pair of shorts that is like brutally strangling the knee. And they have some kind of weird tank top on with like this huge wings of fat coming out. And these men do not let their little troglodytes stray away. They're very possessive of their mate. So they hold on to them, hug them like this, as they go back and forth, like this, because they're rocking in time with the music. What do you think the music is that's coming out of all these vans at ear-splitting volume? The Beach Boys? It's fucking Kiss, man. That's all. All you hear is Kiss's greatest hits booming in different volumes, different songs all over this golf course of like El Caminos, vans, and other stolen vehicles. As these men converse with other men, joint in one hand, beer or Jack Daniels in the other, as they hug their troglodyte. Huh? Yeah? Uh-huh. Ooh. And then I killed him, man. Hold on a minute, I gotta do a line of crank off my kid's mullet head. Now, if you leave these dangerous psychotic people alone long enough, they will rut, they will mate. And so they have this evil demon spawn that is produced. And these are kids born with jail tattoos, born with crystal meth in their blood. First homicide by age 8 over nothing. What did you do today, Billy? I shivved my sister over an ice cream cone. Fucking righteous, kid. Do a line with your old man. Let's go beat up mom and go out on the town. You know? So they're getting this shit at a young age. And so the kids are all painted up. And with the Kiss makeup. So you got these little pint-sized Kiss kids running around, drinking beer, doing lines of coke, stabbing each other in the chest. And like the troglodyte spawn, the males and females are rocking and talking. And I am terrified of these people. Because they're not even making polysyllables of ball. And so I am going to put on the no face and tiptoe through the mutants and just get through them so they do not see me. Oh my God, what a bunch of dangerous, murderizing maniacs. I'm not here, I'm not here. Whoa! No way! Momentary tingling of the ears. Keep moving. Henry Rollins, man, no way! Keep walking. Keep walking. No way! There he is! Hey, Henry! Henry Rollins! They all cast their mane aside. Where is he? There he is. And it wasn't like 1 or 5 of them who came up to me. It was the entire army. You fucking rule, dude! Here, smoke this, snort this, drink this, smack her! Whatever you want, man! You fucking rule! I've seen you 80 fucking times, man! Look at the track marks on my forearm! Fucking A damage, man! God damn it! Never mind doing this! And so after I wiped away the tears, and we exchanged phone numbers and addresses, I kept going with the lads, and we went to the ticket line to get our cool guest list tickets. And I'm standing in this line, and you hear Ted Nugent, one of our great Midwestern quasi-racist strange guitar heroes, revving up the audience. And I'm like, fuck, I really want to go and see Ted Nugent. I haven't seen him since 1975, and I really want to see the guy play. It's like, he's one of the guys who raised me when I was a teenager in the mega arenas of the DC area. So I wanted to see the guy, and so I'm waiting in this will call line with the guys to get these tickets. So I'm standing there with these guys getting their mullets together, and they're drinking and chucking cans. And this guy ahead of me turns around and sees me. Whoa, Henry Rollins. I'm like, yeah, man, how you doing? Fuck, man, are you here to see Kiss? Now, I don't mind rhetorical questions. I don't mind those dumbass questions you get asked. And usually I'm in the mood for it. I should have said, well, yeah, sure, of course. I couldn't do it. I let that smart ass in me get the better of me. I'm like, well, let's see. I'm in San Bernardino, many miles from my tortured hovel I live in. And I'm standing in line at a Kiss Ted Nugent show in the will call line. Yeah, I guess I am here to get my Kiss tickets. Now, if I said that to many of you, if you asked me that question, you would have gone, all right, what a dumb question I asked. So what? I have just declared war on this guy. The typical pre-fight male head thing starts going with the guy. Slight swelling of the penile member. Goddamn, wish I could do that, right? I'll have to go online later, get that together. And they're like, oh, so you think you're better than me now? You can't fucking talk to me because you're a fucking rock star asshole? The raised voice gets every other guy in line. What? And involuntarily heads start bobbing. The line dissipates into a circle around me. I hear tribal drums. It's a kangaroo chord. Oh, so you're too cool, huh? I realize I'm about to get my ass kicked and all my worthy constituents killed before we even see Kiss. I'm like, I'm sorry, beat me bad. Yes, I am here to see Kiss. I'm very sorry. I hope your time in prison was not too hard on you. That's a really great tattoo on your face. That's fantastic. Always wanted a few tears on my cheek too. Great spider on your hand. Fantastic, man. I'm really sorry. I apologize for being such an asshole for your pedantic, obvious question. Sorry. And so he went. All right. So, and I'm, duly humbled. Sorry, thanks for not beating my ass. We get the tickets, we get our little laminates, and we walk in, and I'm wondering where Gene and Paul have put us. I'm expecting 90 miles away on some obscure hill. They're free tickets. You're really not in a position to go, I want to be right up front. I mean, if it's free, take your ticket and go where they tell you to go and enjoy yourself. And so we give the tickets to the usher, expecting him to say, see yon mountain? Hike, son, and maybe you'll get there for the encore. Guy looks at the tickets, he goes, step this way. We go down, closer to the stage. He goes, in there, those seats right there. We are like 10th row center. Unbelievable. Like, how impressive these KISS guys. Like, wow, man. You know, a little tear wells up in the eyes. Like, you know, we matter to KISS. I was impressed. I mean, that's a hell of a thing to do. You know, give someone an $80 ticket, or 12 of them. Not bad, or whatever it was. You know, Jim, our guitar player, was like, man, this is really cool. Our bass player, wow, this is really cool. Me, Mike, everyone else who came, wow, this is pretty cool. Jason, our drummer. This is the greatest night of my life. We are so close to the stage, I can smell Ted Nugent's spit. And when he's not uttering his speak English or get out of my country bullshit, he plays one mean guitar to this day. And he's playing, and he's got the hollow body Birdland out, the one I remember from, you know, pre-puberty, 11th grade. And I'm like, he still has. He's doing Stranglehold. You close your eyes, and you're back, you know. And he's got it. And then the song comes to an end. I'm gonna play so sexy tonight, even the faggots will be eating pussy when I'm done. And you're like, wow, that's a mouthful. Yeah. If you don't speak English, get the fuck out of my country. Now, if I said that to an eclectic, open-minded group, such as the one I'm in front of tonight, you would never come and see me again. You're going, fuck you. Okay, this is a KISS audience. And I know what I'm used to. I'm used to, like, you know, are you kidding, sir? All around me. Whoa! What is this, the Nuremberg rallies? It was just so fucked up. And it wasn't unanimous. There's a lot of people who are going, come on, Ted, loosen up. But there was enough people going, yeah! You know? And for all of those people in America who don't speak English, I say, speak English, or take an hour at lunch and learn. It's really fucking simple. You know, you only need a few key phrases to get by in this country. Fuck you, shut the fuck up, stop staring at my tits, I want more, you know? Get out of my way. And you go right up to the top. And with that kind of level of vocabulary, there'll be an 8th grade teacher who says you can read, some underpaid, overworked saint who will shove you on to the next grade to get your murderous, semi-literate ass out of his or her classroom so you can go into the world and be a professional criminal and become a big problem, you know? And so anyway, I sit through Ted's, you know, little soliloquies on how it should be. And so I'm waiting for the big show. And the lights go down. And with blinding light and an Apocalypse Now napalm fire display, my face is singed off. We're that close. KISS arrives on stage. I know some of the hits. I mean, I'm an American. How can you escape Kiss in this country? You've heard all those songs. They're playing, there is fire, they are flying, there is blood, there are explosions. I am having the fucking time of my life. When they played Detroit Rock City, the power goes boom, boom, boom. Unbelievable, my reaction. My fist was in the air. My eyes were welling up in tears. It was some of the most righteous shit I have ever seen in my short life. And I have seen so many crap bands in my time, as you have. And we were in the middle of this tour last summer, where every 3 weeks we're over in Europe for 10 European festival shows, where you are sandwiched on stage with all these geniuses like Oasis, who look like they would rather be anywhere else than in front of you for a $90 ticket. You know, the singer's like, I want to be somewhere else because I'm, you suck and I'm me. And, it's just god-awful. And these are like 20-something-year-olds with all the, you know how you 20-somethings are. You're like Ricochet Rabbit, bing, 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 all this energy. And you see these bands that are just like, Is it live? Just getting ready for the encore, man. Kiss are all in their 50s. They are running across the stage. And I hate the anti-show rhetoric on stage with bands. Here's a song, the record company says it's a single. And I guess to please you, we have to play it. Oh, and by the way, it's really great to be here. Here we go. Like, oh, gee, is this such a pain in the ass for you to be here? I'm sorry, don't let us and all the ticket money coming your way get in the way of your horrible time you're having. Fuck you, So, it was so refreshing between songs to see Paul Stanley come up, San Bernardino! San Bernardino! It was awesome. And you see, now it's time for Gene to spit the blood. How many mouthfuls of blood has that guy had in his mouth in his time? Boy, if we had $1 for every mouthful of corn syrup coming out of that guy's mouth, we'd all be rich. So you expect him to be like, all right, you want the blood? Here's the blood. Here's the tongue. Very funny, right? And now the blood. Okay? You got your money's worth. Fuck you. He has so much fun with the blood. He's like 90 feet above the crowd on this piece of plexiglass swinging back and forth. I feel I'm about to throw up with so much anticipation. And I can't wait. Every once in a while, I see Jason look over at me to see what my reaction is as he's watching me sing at the top of my lungs pretty much every single word. I don't know how I knew these songs, I knew them. And I was singing my little heart out, I'm like, and Jason's like, and I'm like, and he gave me the most incredible look. He's like, and they have the most amazing boob cams, the best boob cams I've ever seen. The cameras are always going into the crowd, and there's some people, it's like Rocky Horror Picture Show, they have their Kiss makeup on, they know every word, and they know that the camera is going to hit them. When the camera hits them, like most Americans, we are so up the ass with media, we are all ready for our 15 minutes. Have you noticed people on the street who get interviewed, just like, sir, what do you think of, and it's no longer like in the 60s, like, oh, is that a microphone? Now people are like, where's the key light? Okay. Okay, are we going to get a reversal on my reaction shot to the question? Okay, what's the deal? What's the setup? Okay, what's my motivation in this thing? You want me to come on like I'm an average person and you're just coming up and asking a question to, or should I be looking like one of those fake actors in the insurance ads telling me the virtues of your company? I mean, how do you want it? Give it to you any way you want. Do you want me to strike my briefcase at a shot? Okay, what side of frame do you want me to come into? I'll use that piece of gum as a mark. I'll come in, I'll hit the mark, I'll wait a beat, drop my chin, catch the light, and give it to you. Is that how you want it? Well, this is just some guy doing to work, okay? And so the camera hits the kiss clone, and he's ready. All of a sudden, his like little bat cape goes up, and he's like, and he's doing his thing. It's great, and the hottest looking chick's like, camera on, whee! And those screens are huge. Like, my God, that's the biggest Caucasian tit I've ever seen. And you see me and every other drooling psychopath jumping, looking for a bite, swinging from it. And so, hit after hit goes on. Paul Stanley loves me. He reminds me every single song. I love you! San Bernardino, are you welcome to the Psycho Circus? It's a Psycho Circus! I don't know how he stayed in that range for 2.5 hours, but he did it. It was one of the greatest cultural phenomena I have ever seen in my life. The guy comes out from behind the drums to do Beth, which is now on tape, and he sings to it. No one minds. They clear stage and like someone hits cassette play. They're like, you know, Beth, I hear you call. And the crowd, but I can't come home right now. Me and the boys will be all night. I was right there. Me and the boys will be poor Beth. But me being in a band, I know how they feel. I feel for Beth, but sometimes I've been with the boys and we just can't find the sound. Looking for that elusive sound. Looking for that haircut 100 sound. That elusive flock of seagulls sound. Before they sold out. And so it was like 2 hours plus of total dedication to the audience. We love you people because you are animals. And it made me see how these guys have truly captured the spirit of rock and roll and the true spirit of what I consider the pure essence of music, which is a timeless, utterly just effervescent and ageless thing. Music is pure. Music is perfect. The only thing screwing up music is people. And music is like the purest water. And if you drop any crap in it, you pollute it. And that's why if you lie to the music will go, okay, I'll wear your lie for you. And you put the music out and you listen to it and go, that's bullshit. And that's why Britney Spears should just like cool it for a while. Go to college, get a life, do something else, you know? Because it isn't Sam Cooke, that's for sure. And so I have been spending, at this time I've been spending an entire year on the road watching 20-something millionaires be burned out on stage. They've done a total of like 150 shows in their life, and they're already too hip for music. They're too cool to show emotion. They're too cool to have a good time. It's got to be contrived so they don't sweat too much and get their nose piercing irritated. And then you see these 50-year-old men who should be just standing there like, all right, you're seeing me, it's good enough. And they're running all over the place. And if they were acting, if they weren't into it, they fooled me. And maybe that's part of it. Maybe it's the illusion was what I liked. But they sure fooled me and like 20,000 other utter psychopaths. And by the end of the show, like, San Bernardino, we have played here so many times over the years, and this is the last time we will be playing for you tonight in San Bernardino. If you look up in your history, you will find that Kiss never played San Bernardino. But that doesn't matter! It's the last time they're ever coming through, because this is the last tour. And so they come out and they go, we just want to thank you people for all the years of love and support. We love you! I was nearly in tears. It moved me so much. I was like, this is the last time? Isn't there something we can do? And they say, good night! The bombs are dropped, F-14 strafe the crowd. And there's explosions and all this confetti goes through the air. And I'm there like, I'm going to keep this. And I was truly moved. And I just stood there like, fucking hey, man. I want to go home and play my Kiss records now. This shit is awesome. And the ones I don't have, I'm going to go get them. And Jason comes up to me and goes, well, what did you think? And I went, it was awesome. And he said, welcome. I was like, all right. The one memory I have from the end of the show was like steaming earth, and people walking away like they're walking out on a war where the plug was pulled on it. And it was like the air is misty. People are staggering because these people have been just imbibing all night long. The air is pregnant with the smell of alcohol, marijuana, and vomit. This incredible mixture. And you're like, wow. The smell of the army, And so we're walking past the debris, bodies, people like all arm in arm walking, strangers hugging, people walking arm in arm, rock and roll, And so we're walking to our car, and you see people in the vans, they have their little lights on, and they're all standing outside, cigarettes, beers, hanging out, and you realize they are going to be on this misty, steamy, pot, vomit-laden earth until dawn, talking about Kiss, hanging out, bonding about their Kiss experience. I wanted to stay and hang out with my new friends, my new soldier friends, my mulleted brothers and sisters, and their mutant spawn. But instead, I just drove home. It was incredible. And so, back like about 2.5 hours ago, when I was talking about foreign invasion on our shores, how our current president is going to say the wrong thing to the wrong person, and we all could be speaking Iraqi in a very short time or something like that. Okay, I reckon that we're in no danger of foreign invasion. Navy SEALs, whatever. Marines, fantastic. Army, cool. Navy, Air Force, great. We don't need them. Fellas, stay in your barracks. No problem. If we have any problems in this country, foreign invasion, we harness 30 to 50,000 people per city, and to say, Gene and Paul want you to drive to Delaware right now. Line your vans up on the beach. Airplanes will be dropping pot, wild turkey, beer, Doritos, and tunes by the hour. And we're gonna stand down these Bedouin bastards and take our Kiss Nation back. And man, you'll see people walking out of the gas stations, the 7-Elevens and the Burger Kings they're either holding up or working at. And getting in their vans, scimitars aloft, glinting in the sun. Mullets flapping out the side of the window. 8-track tape in on a 22 volume.